Probably doesn't. Hello? Hang on a sec. Permissions. Carlbot. Send messages. Attach file. Yeah. There we go. Hello. How are you? Alright. I have to manually ping. That's interesting. So the bot does work. Why is that the link? I might fix that later. CP. You got CP from Vanilla PvZ2 the other day? I didn't know that existed, but congrats. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what you're talking about. You're good? That's good. Does that actually ping everyone properly? Hang on. Probably, right? I can't think of why it wouldn't. I'm gonna say it did. Sorry, I'm just making sure nothing's broken. Hi, Theo, how are you? Right in the first part. Alright, that's cool. Got 400 trophies, that's also cool. I'm gonna make sure... Alright, I'm just gonna start playing the game. It's late at night, but I wanted to finish AltVerZ so I can play Crash Bandicoot at some point. I also could have done Crash Bandicoot now instead. And that also would have been a viable option. One sec. Actually, arguably, I should have just done that instead. No, because I feel like finishing this. I'm gonna do a Pinata Party first, just because otherwise this is already seeming like it's gonna be a short stream. You got this, thank you. Although, actually, Zombotany might take forever. Did I ask how you are, Theo? Probably. Grape Shot. I like Grape Shot. Red Stinger's just okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, this... Yeah, he hides from during that. Just felt like testing it. Guess I'll put you... Let's put these guys here, actually. I like the way they rebalance Grape Shot in this mod. To just be, like, almost solely based off the actual grapes. The explosion itself doesn't even do that much. It only does 100 damage last time I checked. Which was, like, yesterday. Anyone else think Red Stinger's plant food is just like a worse version of laser beans? Might have been buffed in this mod, but either way, it's still probably just a worse version of that. And also Fire Piece. Come to think of it, that's like too many plant foods that kind of do the same thing. Like, I get that just burn down everything, burn down / laser down everything in front of you is like, it's one of the most basic things, but it's also, I don't know, they did it too many times. One time during school, my teacher asked which occupation studies plants, and I said botany by accident. That's pretty funny, actually. I mean, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they just assumed that was some sort of accidental stutter or something, and, because, you know, why would you actually mean to say that? I mean, botany is correct. Wait, what? Since when did it interact that way? My only issue with Grape Shot, the way Grape Shot is rebalanced, is that it's like, he's actually not even like that good now. Although his recharge is faster than Shuri Bomb, so there is still definitely merit to using him. You know, I think I take it back. I've not used him enough. I don't know if he's good or bad. I keep forgetting that this happens every single time. Every single Pinata party I do, it crashes. I should really ask someone in the AltVerZ server if there's, like, a way to fix this, or if I did something wrong. I might be on an outdated version. I don't know. I think I am. So many... I'm not going to lie to you. It is at the bare minimum before it starts giving me less per ad, which is still less, significantly less ads than the default. Not that any of you can hear me right now. I don't know what Crazy Dave just said. I probably should have read that. Actually, you know what? Since you guys are doing it in an ad, I'm just gonna, like, go back. It's that simple. Wait a minute, I was gonna check something earlier and then I didn't. Okay, all good. Audio's all good. Nothing new, though. I've had a bone to pick with them from the start, who that is. I will make no bones about the bones that are about to fill your lawn. Penny has kept me boning up on the marsh. It's a common occurrence, apparently. It seems like something I should have felt in my bones earlier, but I won't question it. Just don't be bone idle and plant... Just don't be... What? Plant something that can pierce through the bones instead. And cut all zombies to the bone like you always do. Alright, so that felt... Oh. Oh. They tasted like pizza pockets? I mean, I wouldn't expect them to taste much to... Why bring it up? Was that one of the ads? Okay, so I know he suggested using piercing, but that's ungodly lame, you know? So, I'm actually going to not do that. Instead, I'm going to use everyone's favorite cold snapdragon soybean pod combo with a side of this guy. I forgot I unlocked aloe. I don't see the dinosaur imp. Pterodactyl. Not pterodactyl. Which one is it? Brontosaurus. I actually do feel like bringing intensive carrot. Just because of, Primal Walnut and Cold Snapdragon. Actually, this is really bad for early game. We'll try it. I don't think this, so I think there's a very, very strong chance that this just straight up won't work, but I want to try it first. Because anyone that's watched me for that long should probably understand by now. I am going to deliberately choose to do things that I know is not the easiest way to do them. Actually, this is something I meant to bring up last time I streamed this, but I completely, like, accidentally didn't. I don't know if anyone who's currently watched the stream where I beat the Big Wave Beach Sun Botany, but, you know, there was one point where someone in chat suggested that I use Snow Pea, which was a good idea, and I thought it was a good idea. But I pointed out that if I used it and beat the level, then it wouldn't be really me beating the level. It would be like, it wouldn't feel right to beat the level because of someone else's advice. Why is Primal Potato Mine so expensive? Because it's goated. This is AltVerZ. It tries to be more balanced. It's actually heavily nerfed in this mod too. It's not even just that it's more expensive now. I mean, it keeps the 5x5 radius, but it has the same arm time as regular Potato Mine and does less damage. Oh shoot, this is actually going really poorly. Hang on, hang on. I don't know what to do about that. Yeah, I think we're cooked. Okay, that... Yeah, see, that destroyed a lot. Snow Pea's great. Oh, and I didn't finish my thing. I didn't feel like want to beat the level with Snow Pea because, like I said, it wouldn't feel as right. I'm gonna let those guys just take the lawnmower, by the way. Center and let zombie destroy it. Yeah, no, that I'm gonna do that later. Actually, I'm just going to do it right here, but this is not the same. But yeah, I thought Snow Pea was a good idea because looking at the level, Snow Pea was definitely a good idea. But I didn't want to do it because it wasn't my own thought. I'm not sure if I would have thought of it myself. I probably would have eventually. Point is, I think I spent well over an hour on that level. Possibly 2 hours. I think that's about how much time I spent. If that guy can't kill this thing, I'm just quitting out of the level. Okay, no, I'm just restarting. This is not going to... Soybean isn't going to work. Hello, Drunk Yoshi, how are you? Yeah, so I was on that level for over an hour, possibly over 2 hours. And it literally would have been like less than half an hour if I simply used Snow Pea when someone told me to. And I mentioned this to Creeps20 while I was doing the Endless Ops collab stream with him that I hosted. And he mentioned that that level was quite literally designed with practically designed around you bring Snow Pea, I was just like, oh, okay, so I didn't just like not pick the best plant for this. I like straight up made it really hard for myself by complete accident, and hey, at least I beat it eventually. Yeah, 50. Intensive Carrot also brings plant to full HP instead of half now. I'm not getting on Rivals right now. I haven't been playing it that much lately. I might get on at some point later, but right now I want to focus on this for a bit. Maybe I'll think about it. What would work for this level? Do I want to do Kiwi Beast? Probably. Aloe and Kiwi Beast makes sense. I think I need an early game plant. Ironically, I actually think even though I have Primal Potato Mine, regular is still worth bringing, because they truly don't even serve the same purpose anymore, which I actually think is a good change. Primal just being power scale Potato Mine, it was... But, like, not just power scale Potato Mine, like, it was basically the best instant ever. And that was just extremely stupid. And this mod, it's like an actually balanced plant, with the only real downside being it kind of sucks early game now. Which, again, it kind of deserves to. I just remembered that Gamer King is still streaming, so that explains why there's a lot of people that aren't here. They're probably watching his stream because he's also streaming a PvZ2 mod. Okay, well now that I'm seeing how good this strategy works early game, I actually wish I brought Cold Snapdragon because I just simply prefer that plant. But it's fine, because Kiwi Beast will also do well. Actually, I'm gonna put one down... I want one here or here. I think I'll just do here for now. And I can put down Aloe later. Actually, I found out, I forgot that Aloe does that in this mod, where it basically instantly uses its plant food. Kiwi Beast's, I found out that the way Kiwi Beast's transformations works, it's not based off him getting to a certain amount of HP, it's based off him taking a certain amount of damage. So him being healed does not slow down the process of him growing at all. Which is actually pretty useful information. And also... Uh-oh. Hang on. I could always put... I should have brought, well, for one, I should have put Kiwi Beast in the middle. This is not going well, it's fine. Hello, Darwish, how are you? This is why we have intensive carry. Unironically, this is fine. I don't need the lawnmowers. The objective is literally... Yeah, the bone piles are constantly spawning. What does Kiwi Beast do? I never used it before. No, it's not... Oh, a lot of AltVerZ levels are pretty long. It's not just Fat Beat. He, becomes stronger the more damage he takes. And he, actually has a 5x5 range right now. I'll just put down another Primal P. I see. Okay. I actually should have intensive carroted that and then put a Primal P there. Whatever, it's fine. I'm going to save up for another... Kiwi Beast. I forgot that is an Aloe spot, I'm not going to lie. I just didn't want to shovel a sunflower for it. But I probably just should have. I'm not thinking this whole thing through, I'm going to be so honest. I'm going, and it's somewhat working, except not really. I'm about to die. Because I put the Kiwi Beast in the bottom. Because of the impulsive decision to deal with one bucket head. straight up. Just put that there. Put intensive carrot there, because I guess that died somehow. I mean, I guess, yeah, the level is pretty long. Oh, he can't knock those guys back, too. That's really bad. Intensive carrot, go! Intensive carrot has been doing carry work. No, I'm actually going to aloe this. Do you have perfume shroom? I didn't bring it, but I have it unlocked. I like to do dumb strategies and see what happens. I know I mentioned that earlier, but I also know that you weren't here at the time, so... it's okay to repeat myself with that excuse. And this guy somehow hasn't fully grown yet. Ah. Come on. Okay. Hang on. I have a chance here. Nice. The Aloe Kiwi Beast combo is proving to be incredibly strong. Yeah, there is a guard there. It is in a lawnmower tile. There's another, there's more guards. Let me think about this one. Yeah, I have no idea. Guard does, in fact, completely counter Kiwi Beast here. Wait, I forgot that they made it to where he has 2 imps. What? Uh-oh. Did not consider the rolling guys. Alright. Oh! I think I died to the bottom middle, actually. Yep. Alright. New idea for a strategy. Surprise is still alive. Yeah, that, like, deserved to die sooner. I do have an idea for a new strategy, though. Probably. I mean, I was going to die to the rolling guy. It's fine. Oh, wait, actually, I just realized my new idea doesn't take into account Gargs at all. I didn't like primal there. If I use... Actually, grape shot might not be the worst thing ever. Laser beam? That's boring. Using an infinite plant pierce on the level where that literally tells you to use an infinite plant pierce. I mean, actually, technically, I am doing that. But not a forward shooting one. Technically, Kiwi Beast does, like, do that, though. But it's different. I actually didn't know that's where the zombie would spawn. I didn't have it memorized. Although I did kind of think it was either that one or the middle one. My thought process is thus. Kiwi Beast is very good. I will use it. And if Kiwi Beast doesn't do good, I don't know. I might just grape shot that. Actually, does this one shot? It does not. That's a shame. I didn't remember the damage that each grape did, so I wasn't sure if it would one-shot or not. That's not going to get me that in time. Actually... No, I got an idea. I'm just going to put... you right here. Does not do enough damage to that guy either. Grape shot is not that effective. I did not do that on purpose. That was all luck. I'm going to be so real. You have a strategy on the next attempt? Yeah, if you want to share, you can, I guess. That's right. Yeah, put the aloe up there just to make sure that the potato mine there had a better chance of surviving in time. Oh, I should have put the primal sunflowers in the second column instead of the first because of the backwards zombies from the pterodactyls. Although I do have intensive carrot still, so it's like, it's fine. Okay, see, this is a little problematic, because more zombies might spawn from that in a minute, but at the same time, it's like, the Kiwi Beast deals with that pretty quickly, and the pterodactyl is a minor concern, I guess. Like, I am losing sun to them. Shoot, that was supposed to bring him back in time. Okay, okay, that was bad. Okay. That's fine. Just plant food this guy, actually. Intensive carrot U. Again, it is actually insane. I think intensive carrot's better here, not just because of, like, the fact that, you know, it quite literally did get very significant buffs. Bringing plants to full HP instead of half, and being half the price, although it is also worth pointing out that in this mod you only get 25 sun per, like, drop, as opposed to the vanilla's, like, what do you call it? 50. Yeah, 25 instead of 50, so it's, but, you know, that's, every plant's affected by that, so intensive carrot's still affected. But, like, I think by proxy of the levels being longer and so many of the plants being more expensive helps a lot. Because I don't know how many people noticed this. In the original PvZ2, there were, like, not even that many plants that were, like, above the cost of 200 sun. I think past the halfway point in the game, the only plant that you get that's really considered expensive is Banana Launcher, and this is, like, only campaign ones. This mod looks hard. This is literally the third to final level, and of, like, the optional stuff. At that. Hang on, what if I block you? That didn't frickin' work. Also, yeah, HiNet VR, how are you? PvZ2 is just power creep. Yeah, there's a lot of that. But, in this mod, like, Intensive Carrot's gimmick is actually useful. Simply just, because of the fact that there's a ton of actually expensive plants that are actually worth reviving. Like, this guy has a long cooldown and is 425 sun. Wintermelon is not the only plant here that's actually worth using this for. There's Daisy Chain's 350 sun, and it has, like, a... How long is Daisy Chain's cooldown? I think it's 30 seconds, maybe longer. Recharge in general is just longer in this mod. Primal Sunflower is a 200 sun plant in this, because it has the value of 3 sunflowers. Which is a cool change on its own, too. Mixtape Tour and I guess Pirate Seas were bad. Neon Mixtape Tour wasn't even close to, like, the... Neon Mixtape Tour was cool pretty much solely because the music gimmick was cool to me. And I guess, like, when I think, like, childhood memories about the game, some parts of that were memorable, but, like, only because it was so difficult to me. But all things considered, let's just think for a moment here. They give you garlic in that world, when garlic is a plant that is countered by every single special zombie there, besides, I guess, technically the one that plays music that stuns every plant. But every zombie there has a gimmick that makes it to where it destroys instead of eats. Meaning that it is completely useless in its own world. That's bad design. I think every world in this mod is actually, like, a lot of fun, by the way. It's about how I feel with the expansion levels in Reflourished, except this one feels a lot more original, I'll say that. Modern Day isn't even in this mod, by the way. I don't know if they plan on adding it. I think they plan on adding, like, a whole new world soon. Oh, shoot. I think that guy's gonna die soon. Never mind. Okay, I don't... Judging by how many guards there are this wave, I actually don't think I was nearly as close to winning last attempt as I thought. Like, this is... That's actually quite a lot. I'm surprised I beat this without lawnmowers. Using lawnmowers. Or at least I think I'm about to. You know, unless these guards are somehow going to manage to beat me. Although I actually do just straight up have tricks to prevent that from happening. Yeah, this guy loses. Dang. Alright, there we go. Dave trying to eat a taco again by going back in time to find the right timeline. Yeah. I do think Neon Mixtape Tour isn't even that good. It literally is just like, it has the best music in the game. And I think it's memorable because of that. And it's one of the few worlds that has an actually unique, like, kind of cool gimmick for a boss. Oh, I did not expect to play near defense level. I don't think I've seen one of those in this game in a while. Or this mod. Why are you here? I don't like you. You know, it's tempting to bring Daisy Chain, but I don't think that'll work. McDonald's ad? I don't know why it feels that frequent. What's your favorite world? In vanilla? In vanilla, I honestly can't even say which world I think is, like, the best designed, because... I guess when it comes to worlds that I actually think... I mean, I never really want to play through them again, because I played through them so many times, but... I actually do quite like Pirate Seas, simply because I think... I like that it's one of the... Oh yeah, this is a great soundtrack. I like Pirate Seas because it's one of the few worlds that has a gimmick that actually helps you, but like the zombies are designed in an intricate way around it to me. I think the idea of like certain zombies that can go over without using the planks is cool. And then I feel like that gimmick's a little messed up with later when they end up, like in later worlds when they end up doing similar gimmicks but without the planks. But I still think, like, Pirate Seas, I think, is one of the best ideas for a world. Big Wave Beach is also a world that is kind of fun to play just because it's challenging to me, or more so than others. I do think the difficulty of Big Wave Beach largely is, like, it's a lot easier if you actually, know what you're doing. Like, if you just plant the sunflowers in front instead of the back, like how a lot of people do, it's not even that bad. Doesn't this work differently in this? No, I guess not. Makes minecarts actually useful in Wild West. Yeah, Reflourished does Wild West far better. Reflourished is a lot different than AltVerZ, because AltVerZ, like, replaces the campaign, Reflourished adds to it, and also makes it better by rebalancing, rebalancing the plants so that the levels are less cheesable and more fun, and you can use more plants because premiums are made into free plants, but rebalanced to be not busted. You can tell that both mods agree that primal plants are frickin' stupid. Because if you look at this, they're all nerfed. Every single one of them. Heavily nerfed. Or at the very least reworked. Wait, isn't there a primal plant here that doesn't even exist now? Or am I... No, there's only 5 primal plants. They added primal garlic and removed regular garlic, because regular garlic frickin' sucks. This guy is so much worse than in vanilla. It's honestly laughable And he's still, like, not even a bad plant. I feel like the fact that he's... they could have made him cost 75 with all the other nerfs, but, like, whatever. This guy's recharge was nerfed from 5 seconds to 15. To be fair, every plant has a longer recharge to match, like, PvZ1's recharge, but even then, heavy nerf here. You're technically not a primal plant, but I don't know. You might be... I might be... I don't know if you're different, actually. Primal Sunflower is not just a straight upgrade from using any other sun producer now. This guy doesn't do knockback. I think he does more damage to make up for it, but still. You're not pay to win anymore. This is not a primal plant, technically, but it basically is treated like one in this mod. Because it's immune to the Brontosaurus, which only primal plants are, with the exception of Kiwi Beast and Cold Snap, which kind of makes it where you could consider them primal plants within the mod. Which I do. I just want to, like, pick a bunch of stuff and see what I feel like setting up. It's actually a lot of interesting things I can do here. Well, if you want to... I just remembered garlic and aloe is actually a logical combo as well. The only issue is the gargs exist. That alone makes me want to not bring these guys, actually. Soybean. I don't know, broccoli's decent. Actually, broccoli is a cool plant. I'm not bringing him for this, though, because what... Maypop Mechanic's really good. I might just do Maypop Mechanic spam because freaking nothing can get past that. I want to see how close am I to being able to do this? Oh! No, I'm doing this first, actually. Okay, every 40 shots, this guy will become stronger, and in the final stage, they do stuns pretty often, and they're very strong. At the moment, though, they're, like, slightly better than 2P shooters. Which is not very cost-effective, but Dandelion's quite good, so... I don't know, we'll see. Also, I only just now noticed the frickin' rap music thing. Like, okay, sure. Do I need to plant food this guy already? Okay, screw it, I guess. Is that not even going to be good enough? Okay, just barely was good enough. If it gets that close again, I'm just going to have to, like, use a lawnmower and hope for the best. I'm just kind of surprised that the last level was level 8. The level 9 is a last stand. Or technically level 19. XIX, but like I was thinking, because the way this mod works is that you, every world has 20 levels and you can move on to the next after the 10th one, but the ones after the 10th one, the 10th one, are kind of treated like extra levels. So it's actually a really clever thing, because then it kind of is labeled as EX, but also not just because like EX like extra, but also X like the Roman numeral 10. That's why I think that's why they did the naming like that. Yes, I'm aware I just lost a very important unit. This is not working out. What was my point? Yeah, the Roman numerals are neat, but I know I called this level 9 even though it's level 19, but that's just because the X is like off to the side over here for some reason. XIX, that's 19. Roman numerals. Yeah, this is cooked. It wasn't that bad though. Like for a first try, This is the second to last level, and I almost first tried it. I think almost is a bit of a stretch, actually. But, whatever. I'm taking it. I did not answer the question, what's your favorite world? I have not played vanilla in so long, I really can't say. I feel like it's a little generic to say Far Future. Might be Big Wave Beach, honestly, which is crazy to think about. Pirate Seas, Big Wave Beach, Far Future. And I know this one is like horrendously designed, but I actually do kind of like Modern Day. I don't think Modern Day is like good. I just find it enjoyable. But I guess Big Wave Beach is better. Who am I kidding? This is a miserable miserable. Yeah, that's the right word. Miserable strategy, but I'm trying. I have to manually do all of these, but whatever. Frick. I love main pop mechanic here. How does that even... Okay. Got you. Go. Go. Mine is Far Future because of how much fun it is. Far Future is, like, kind of hard to hate. Compared to the other worlds, at least. Like, it's not... even... It doesn't, like, do much that really makes it this especially fun thing to me. I mean, I guess some of the power tiles are neat, but the power tile placement's really bad in a lot of levels. And I don't understand that. Like, why would you... What's the point in a power tile in a bad placement? I might honestly be thinking of Modern Day. Because Modern Day has some of those, where it's like, it'll incorporate grid items from previous worlds because, you know, it's supposed to combine them. But then it does it poorly, because it's not that good of a world. I watched Creeps20's video on it. Actually, I don't know how many people here have watched that video, but it was a little funny, because I was talking to Creeps20 and some other people about Modern Day, and just, like, reasons why it sucked as a world. And at one point, I mentioned something. I think I mentioned about, like... Actually, the main topic of discussion was just the zombies there. And I mentioned how lame some of the... How it's like, all of the zombies are returning zombies from PvZ1, and there's not even that many of them, and they're not even done justice. Really? This Amber stuff is really messing me up, actually. Hang on. I do have Intensive Carrot, so, which actually will help quite a lot, because I'm definitely about to lose, yeah. Exactly. Like, I didn't like that the way they designed All-Star. I feel like they could have made All-Star's gimmick like a, belong to a separate zombie. They could have made it belong to a zombie based off the Berserker. Or whatever the frick he's called. Blitzer. From Garden Warfare. Like, giving him that visual design. And I almost want to restart just because of how slow this is going. I'm not gonna lie, but whatever, I get to talk longer. Actually, I'm kind of running out of... even if Intensive Carrot didn't have that long of a recharge, I still wouldn't even be able to afford to replace all these. Yeah, there's like no way I'm winning this. Yeah, I'm just restarting. They could have had, like, a Blitzer do exactly what the current PvZ2 All-Star does, and then have All-Star be just, like, what he does in PvZ1, except maybe stronger. And I know that's a really boring gimmick, because it's literally just a bucket head, but stronger and faster, but, like, we don't have that in this game. For some reason. Like, I don't know why, but this game is surprisingly lacking in zombies that... The original PvZ2 is surprisingly lacking in, like, zombies that feel really simple but effective without, like, a gimmick that's straight up annoying sometimes. Like, with Ancient Egypt, the only... Like, there's this guy whose gimmick does nothing. There's this guy who is... You know, this is actually, like, a fair gimmick, except I have some nitpicks with the way it works, but overall it's like... I get it, it's an insta-kill zombie that is faster than some of the others. I don't know why it's as fast as it is, but whatever, and it works with iceberg lettuce. You're really strong. You're the closest thing in this game to a football zombie, actually. Although you're not, like, faster until you're out of your sarcophagus, where, you know, if something was strong enough to break the sarcophagus, there's something strong enough to break the guy in it. You're like a reverse newspaper zombie. You're okay. I did not know he was strong against butter. Is that in vanilla, or is that part of AltVerZ? I actually didn't know this. So if that's in vanilla, that's surprising. Let's see what else. Pirate Seas, only tanky special zombie is this guy, where you completely ignore the fact that he's tanky if you use catapult plants, which are encouraged. So, I mean, I guess he does work with the gimmick of the world, actually, so this is fine. You don't count, because you don't move forward. I don't know, I just find it funny. I guess Pianist, but this is actually less tanky than a Buckethead. So... Well, this might be his AltVerZ stats. The stats here might be wrong. This guy... doesn't... What's my point here? My point is, why did they seem to hesitate with putting more PvZ1 zombies in vanilla PvZ2 when they had a world that seemed like it could have been based around that? Like, they could have just straight up made it... Because they failed at making it combine all the other worlds. They straight up just didn't do a good job of it, in my opinion. So I feel like they could have just straight up brought back almost every special zombie from PvZ1, and it actually would work decently, because they didn't do that, like, just straight up remake that many zombies. They could have had the traditional All-Star, as long as, you know, maybe adding in a Blitzer-like thing to also have the made-up All-Star they did for whatever reason. Newspaper Zombie, they already have. Balloon Zombie they did do, but it's literally just a worse, like, not a worse, just, the way they rebalanced him in vanilla is just makes it to where he's just Jetpack Zombie, not Jetpack Zombie, sorry, the other one. What's his name? The one that... I'm really trying to remember here. Hang on, I want to pick my strategy first. The Bug. I actually don't know the name. Like, it's not even, like... from Lost City. It's just that, but stronger, which, to be fair, I didn't... That, whatever. It makes it to where it kind of ruins the point of him being there to me if he lacks the gimmick, but still. They could... Zamboni and bobsled zombies. That's... Why didn't we get that? Why didn't we get Jack-in-the-Box zombie, which would have fit in really well, especially if they buffed it or changed its stats in some way. Jack-in-the-Box straight up should have been in my opinion. They could have made it to where modern day goes back and forth between different themes that based off PvZ1. I know this is like asking for a lot, but it isn't that asking for like a crazy amount. It's supposed to be... I mean, it's reasonable to expect the sequel of a game to play better and feel better than the original. With that in mind, modern day sucks, and I feel like if you're going to make it like a return to modern day, which realistically would have taken place not that long after the first zombie invasion, they could have made it function like a callback. Especially since modern day came out quite a while after PvZ2's release, so people actually probably would have been fine with that. Much happier with it than what we ended up getting. Zomboni with the bobsled zombies, like I said, I guess, yeah, we already got Snorkel Zombie, actually, that's worth considering. What other Fog Zombie? No, in the Rooftop Zombie, we got, oh wait, Fog Zombie did have Pogo Zombie, but that, I guess I'm wrong a little bit. There actually are a few zombies in PvZ2 that do function a lot like a PvZ1 zombie, because come to think of it, Pogo Zombie is literally Jetpack Zombie. I guess the other way around. I somehow didn't think of that. But they could have brought back Pogo Zombie, and if they were willing to make rework Balloon Zombie to just end up being a better I should have used the lawnmower early. Well, if I lose this lane, I think I just lose, right? So, yeah, I'm about to lose. If they were willing to just make Balloon Zombie a stronger version of another zombie in another world, they could have. I think Pogo Zombie would have been fine as long as they didn't like have it used too much. Catapult Zombie. Come to think of it, that would require they bring Umbrella Leaf back. I don't know why they would do that. I'm trying to think of other PvZ1 zombies. They could have. I still think I still stand by Jack in the Box and Zomboni. I know Zomboni they ended up bringing into late PvZ. Like, at some point, but that's, like, bonus levels that no one cares about. That was added for pay-to-win mechanics, probably. I don't care, that's not even in modern day. That attempt seemed a little bit better. Why don't I try Fire P, actually? Fire P... It's good damage. Fire P with... There's a lot of tempting options here, actually. Yeah. Balloon menu crash out. I don't even remember how hard modern day was for me, to be honest. This is a test to see how good Fire P is, because honestly, considering the fact that Dandelion does have, like, a gimmick that wasn't actually really that useful, Fire P does just make sense here. Does more, it probably does have a better fire rate. Fire P's favorite plan. That's fair. It's worth pointing out in this mod they made it to where he fires faster, does more damage, but obviously costs more. So he's like, he's 450 sun, but he's worth the 450 sun. Especially since they restored the splash damage, which I don't know why they removed Fireball's splash damage from PvZ2 in the first place. Okay. Oh wait, that actually, Stalia still, the Stalia effect still stuns them, that's interesting. Okay. This guy should be dead. Absolutely, yeah. Still a little worried about the Amber getting in the way too much, actually. Enough. I think I have to do something about this. I want to do something about it. still have splash damage, but it needs to be like max level upgrade. Well, I don't care if that's the case then, to be completely honest with you. Oh, that's bad. Oh. Surprisingly barely held on there. Also, I was willing to use the lawnmower there because I saw the Garg. So it was kind of like, if this lane's gonna die to that one zombie, but I can save it. This is going like almost about as well as Dandelion. Wow. The 450 sun costing plan is about as good as the 450 sun costing plan. That's crazy. Alright, fine. Use this stupid laser beam. Cold snap. Let's see. I don't know why I even have that one selected. Homing Thistle, I guess. Maybe use Bowling Ball. I considered it. I don't think it would work. You know, I actually think Homing Thistle has a decent chance of being good here. I kind of want to see how good Cold Snap is. Hang on. Let's see how much sun I can... How much I can afford with, like, all my sun. Because if I... Cold Snap would be really good to... Because I've noticed it's very frequent that they will be launched kind of up close, and I think Cold Snap's really good at dealing with those. But Homing Thistle's also pretty useful for that, because a lot of times during this, I've noticed that only one lane at a time is being a problem. I'm going to try this. Only one lane at a time is a problem for a lot of this. So I think Homing Thistle is really good for that. Also, in case you couldn't have guessed, both Laser Beam and Homing Thistle have improved stats to make up for the higher cost. Bowling Bulb didn't seem like a terrible idea, because Bowling Bulb, like, arguably straight up benefits from the fact that there's so many blocks. That's terrible, actually. I'm going to intensive carrot that. Okay. Already, I think this probably won't work. Amber can counter Homing Thistle. I'm not gonna lie, I did, for some reason, like, I kind of forgot that Homing Thistle... Hi, Omnam, how are you? I kind of forgot that Homing Thistle thinks of the Amber blocks as zombies, because they're not grid items. They're zombies that don't move. Technically. Which is very annoying. Are the Amber blocks even taking damage, though, Homing Thistle? Yes, yeah. Okay, well, this kind of sucks. Let's see what happens. I do think the Laser Beam is doing a lot better, though. But yeah, you're right. Homing Thistle is kind of countered by that. That still means that, like, most of my plants aren't. It's just Homing Thistle. Like, yeah, see, this guy would be able to get way further without the Homing Thistle's help there. Please. Actually, just plant food. Because there's a guard there too. And they might have over-nerfed Cold Snapdragon's plant food in this, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I really thought this was, like, my best idea for a strategy, but the only way I could possibly see this working now is if, the final wave comes in before... Yeah, no, that's... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I think I win, actually. The only way I can see myself losing now is if a lawnmower goes by, and then a zombie in another lane gets flung into that lane, which is probably going to happen. It is. Oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh. Homing Thistle! You... yeah. And before you pointed out, no, I cannot shovel up a plant to get enough. So, I am off by one zombie. Are we kidding? I'm clipping that. Or not clipping that, taking a screenshot, actually. This hurts. I don't like this. I just don't think Bowling Bulb has the firepower. I think... I could potentially try 2 columns of laser beams, because Homing Thistle was not the best. I'll admit. Cattail would have been better, actually, because of the way Cattail works here. Is there anything in particular that counters the... I have not actually bothered checking the Amber block stats. I'm assuming that it shows in here, yep. That's like, what is it? The same HP as a Buckethead? Slightly more? Wait, actually. That's 10 HP more. Because of the zombie health being like that. Created after a clueless zombie steps into an amber puddle. Toughness is hardened, just like this one. Wow. I didn't even know they, like, had swears in this mod. That's actually really funny. Hope you're proud of yourself for ruining someone's sleep, asshole. He's dead. So I'm not talking a lot. I'm trying to do the new vanilla PvZ2 Hard Pirate Seas challenge. Alright. No, that's fine. You know, obligation or whatever. Yeah, there's no special thing for them. Okay, so Rice Gaming, when you put... I know I said you can share a strategy if you want, but, like, I didn't notice until just now that you actually posted it in my server. White is garlic. Green is mellow. That's gray. That does not look brown. Hang on, 3 and 5 instead of... Actually, hang on. I think in this mod, Fat Beat is reworked to... Yeah, Fat Beat... is expensive, but does more damage. Hello, Icy's World. Thank you. How are you? Sorry, I was not paying attention to chat for a moment there, or anything, for that matter, other than me responding to a message on Discord. I was honestly just making, like, constructive criticisms of it. Yeah, I don't know how I'm still stuck on this level. I guess... I mean, I don't think the primal plants would work here. I could try an aloe strategy, actually. It's just Garg exists. You're good? That's good. And, I would try the garlic thing. But, there's way too many dinosaurs for it to work. Actually, you know what? If it doesn't work on this attempt, I'll try something similar to it. Because now that I think about it, I could see a way for something like it to be done. I wonder, does Aloe still do the plant food thing? No. Do I want, like, a full thing of them? There we go. Let's try. Yeah, Kiwi Beast is good against the Amber. I could do something like this where... That wouldn't work, though. Unfortunately. I think Primal P spam is... Primal P's in the back for the heck of it. Might as well try this. 250 sun for intensive carrots. Let's see what happens. I actually think this has a somewhat decent chance. Alright, so there's one guy there. Or one big one. 5x5 radius, 140 damage every stomp. That's pretty good. Yeah, I remember last time I checked the almanac. It was actually a little interesting. The third stage doesn't increase the damage at all. It's only the radius. Which, to be fair, that's still a heavy, like, buff to him. I just find it a little funny. I think Aloe keeps healing until the plant's at full HP instead of pointlessly waiting too, which is very useful. Please tell me. I don't actually remember if Aloe. I don't know if Aloe's healing speed is faster than a single zombie's eating speed. I think it's slightly faster, but it's slower than 2 zombies. Definitely not as fast as that. Also, dang, these blocks are taking a lot to get rid of. Yeah, I hate the fact that I can't see anything through them. Also, since when did the guard spawn on the top lane first? That's actually kind of a problem for me. That was probably not good. I think I still lose to the guard. Which, as you can imagine, is a bad thing. That's even worse of a scenario. Actually, I mean, at least the guards... That was kind of a waste. I can't decide if I just... do I let it die? Oh, hey, thanks for the raid. Hi, Gamer King, how are you? And also, hi 12 times 12 times 12, how are you? I like how you say I'm getting raided, but you're on YouTube. Okay, well, it's too late. That lane's already done for. That... That sucks that the middle guy's still not grown yet. I think he's about to, though. Unless... Oh, wait a minute. I can still bring these guys back. I can still bring them back. I'm being raided! My ears! Thank you, Gamer King. That was cool. I have been raided with a party of 2. How are you, Gamer King? How'd the stream go? You look cooked. This is better than most of... This is unironically my best attempt on this level so far. And I actually... This is my winning attempt. I've done multiple attempts. This is the only good one. Hello, Gumba Games. How are you? Got left behind in the raid. It didn't move me. Oh, that sucks. So, a party of 3. I mean, there's no point in regenerating him if the guards just want to insta-kill him. Wait. No, that was the primal piece stunning him. Okay. For a moment, it almost looked like the Kiwi Beast just stunned the guard. Did the Summer Nights event. That's cool. I think I'm about to lose a lawnmower. You didn't include me? In the raid? Oh, well, I guess that does make it a... Yeah, you're right. Party of 4. Finally worked, hooray. Yep. Bum ba dum ba dum. Oh, that studying left me thinking. How are zombies here too? We're far before all humanoids. They're no dressed up modern day zombies too. Their skull structure is way different. Good catch, you Dave. I was waiting for you to pick up on that. And now that you did, I can go and run some diagnostics. I just need a satisfying number of zombie corpses first. About 240 will do. You heard her, neighbor. Go kick some implausible primal butt. Okay. When the marsh is Jurassic. This is about to be a real Jurassic. Drastic Jurassic level. But, tradition. Let's see. Only one of those? I doubt that's going to stay. Okay. I think this time I actually need Perfume Shroom. Zombotany already? This is the 20th level. Here I am. Look at the stream title. Finishing PvZ2 AltVerZ, probably. You need Perfume Shroom for this level. Have you actually played this before? Out of curiosity. I only deselected that because I wanted both sunflowers to be next to each other. Didn't realize how far you were in this. Nice. I mean, to be fair, I've been playing it for a while, on and off. But yeah, I hear you. Did not mean to select you. Yeah, no, this is I will be surprised if this is actually even close to as hard as the Big Wave Beach one, because again, the Big Wave Beach one, I made, like, 3 times harder on myself by deliberately not picking the plant that you're supposed to bring because someone else told me to do it and I wasn't willing to use a strategy that wasn't my own, and I didn't realize that that someone suggested it because the level is literally designed around you having it. I don't know. I need an early game plan. It's always the early game plants that I need. Primal P, Cold Snap. I'm thinking Intensive Carrot because Cold Snap is, like, kind of unreliable and expensive. Pretty much need to use Perfume Shroom on Pterodactyls only. That's cool. I mean, like, I agree, that's probably going to be the case. Doesn't answer my question, but... Oh, wait, no, you did answer my question. You said yes. Let me know if you want me to make the music louder, chat. I mean, on your side. Because, you know, the game is louder to me than it is to you, because that's how... So I didn't know they would instantly open up with 2 zombies at once. This actually kind of sucks already. I don't even think that's going to get that imp. This is different. Louder, please. Alright, fine, hang on. I'm just going to, like, increase the stream volume. Desktop audio volume. So, like, I know I just restarted right before the music did one of my favorite parts, but, like, I need to do... Actually, hang on, I'm getting a glass of water. Alright. Just thinking here. I know I didn't change up my strategy, but I'm just thinking here. If the zombies pushed up, and I put down the potato mine sooner, I can get both of them with my primal potato mine. Or he can be sent straight into an amber thing which I completely failed to consider. You recommend using Stun Unit instead? That's fair, actually, because this is quite spammy. Oh, that gives them immunity. Does it? It does. Straight up, I'm actually just going to restart and start using... No, I do not have Teleportato. That would actually be quite good. I'm just going to completely change up my strategy to be more early game focused. I don't think I need Primal Sunflower. I want to use Primal Sunflower so bad because I love sun production, efficiency, space efficiency, whatnot. I love that. But it's not going to work here. It just isn't. But I still want to use, like, Cold Snap and Intensive for later. Maybe I should ditch Primal P for, like... Because if I have good stalling, I can get away with...
Ah! What have you done? I was
thank you, Marky Mark, for the follow. Probably pick Puffshroom. Puffshroom's not a terrible suggestion. How are you, Marky Mark? You can bring Lava Goblin instead of Primal? I kind of like Primal for the explosion damage, but... Let's see, actually. Okay, all I did was put in Puffshroom, and I said I was going to heavily change up my strategy, but... What were my issues? What were they? It was like... Well, first of all, I had to use 100 Sun at the very start of the level to deal with one zombie. That sucks. But if I didn't use up that 100 Sun, I actually would have been able... Which I won't have to do if I have Puffshroom. And I actually can reasonably... Did the stream just crash? Why does it say no supported channels enabled? Please visit your dashboard. Please tell me that's just... Gold Leaf is... I mean, that's not a terrible idea. Shouldn't not crash. No, it was just a visual bug from OBS. That's so awesome, actually. So I'm... Hang on. See, now since I've reloaded my chat to fix that, I have to open up YouTube to see a YouTube chat message that I think I missed. I did not miss one. Yeah. Primal P is not the answer. What do we... Actually, I am kind of curious now. How good can I do with just the Puffshroom edition? I'm also going to put my Sunflower as a row back. Actually, wait a minute. If there's an Amber thing there... It doesn't immediately get rushed down. Freeze you. You know what sucks, actually? That zombie counts as half the wave, like the HP from this wave. And the instant... It's RNG. Oh no. It's worse than Big Wave Beach, because at least with Big Wave Beach I could memorize it to eventually win. Oh no. But I really love this soundtrack. It's actually crazy how much I love this track. It's just peak. Ba-da-ba-da-do. You know, this is actually one of the only ones I haven't listened to, because I guess it's the only one I haven't listened to. I just realized, well, because I listened to the other ones on YouTube, but also it's the only one I haven't played the level of before, so, yeah. You know, Jurassic Marsh music has always been a funny thing to me, because I have no idea what the instruments that are playing even are, to be completely honest with you, and I probably should, but I just don't know what I'm really listening to at this point. Okay, I'm actually glad that guy got turned into an amber block. See, actually, I just realized this is probably why they have amber blocks. Like, the amber blocks and Cold Snapdragon being introduced in the same world makes a lot of sense, because, piercing slow. You know, like, he doesn't feel as halted by the amber blocks as a lot of other plants do. In fact, he's like the only plant from... No, wait, Kiwi Beast is in this world, right? I don't know. That was pretty lucky. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just gonna come right back around, but still. Oh, shoot. Oh! Good primal timing. That was pretty lucky, actually. Again, the pterodactyl misses because of the zombies dying too early. This is crazy. Put a guy right... Whoa! Okay. That's not actually that bad. Can I intensive carrot a plant even after it gets stomped? Because I don't know how that works with, like, a grid item, like, interaction. Please, okay. Let's see here. I guess I have no reason to be worried about that, because these guys are immune, actually, so it's fine. Struggling hard with level 6 Pirate Season. Oh, dang. I don't know which one that is, so I cannot help you with that, but if you, maybe after the stream, if you do want to send, like, an image, I can possibly help if you actually want help. You can't tell me you don't hear the harmonics in that part of the song, or just ascends to another plane. No, it's really good. That's not what I'm trying to say. I love this one. I just, like... I don't know. I don't know what I expected. This whole thing is really good. I'm not even sure I'm worried about this egg. Oh, I forgot to put down primal potato mines. I guess I guess I'll put this down. Oh, shoot! That one... Okay, that one sucks. That was... Okay, no, it still works. Please get the bucket head, thank you. It's actually worth it, yeah. Thank you, Gamer King, for getting rid of the bot. I did not see that until just now. What happened? Are you referring to the bot thing or the something else? If you stomp on my sunflowers again, or some other spot, that would be really inconvenient. I'm gonna... I did that deliberately just to protect the Cold Snapdragon. I don't know why I'd put that there. That Conehead's clearly gonna get it. Actually, no, he isn't. I forgot about the fact that Primal P actually does really good damage. It's 70 damage per hit. I don't know what the fire rate is, though. But that DPS is, like, I think it's basically like Watermelon DPS, just doesn't have the splash. No, wait, Watermelon does 80 damage. Whatever. Point is, he's strong. Yeah. That's why you need to bring Primal for this level. Well, to be fair, so far I've actually used every plant that I've brought. The closest thing to not that helpful has been Primal Potato, and even then I'd argue that it actually did help at least a few times. But yeah, Primal Sunflower would have been good there. It's not like every single one of those would have been Primal Sunflower, though. Like, it has a 45-second long recharge. Not a flawless solution. Wait, is that going to kill him? Okay. Somehow killed the imps really quickly there. Okay. Does the Cold Snapdragon outright stun for a brief moment? It looks like he's doing the Primal P stun thing, which is interesting, actually. Oh, there's an amber thing there. I didn't see it. Shoot. That's fine, probably. With the OS, that purple Dynus. What the WTH OS? I don't know what the OS stands for. Oh, this is kind of sucking. I'll just put another one there. Dino Demolition. I just, because that's the name of the level. I just read it. That's all I do. Sorry, I wanted to look at chat. Hi, Big Rex, how are you? I'll answer that question either when I win or lose. What do I do about this? Check it. That was not cool at all. I don't know why I said check it. That's just like... It's a basic response to a basic problem. Now, if I put a puff in there, then I won't be able to intensive carrot that. I genuinely love intensive carrot so much, because it unironically does add more depth to the gameplay to me. Why can't I plant there? There must have been a grid item there or something. Oh. I just couldn't see. I'm running pretty low on sun. Oh shoot, I didn't perfume that earlier because, you know, the whole lane died. I'm assuming Gargs are immune to the amber thing, right? I actually don't know for sure. forgot about the main gimmick of the rolling imps. I always forget about the main gimmick of the rolling imps.
That might be the biggest blunder I've made in a while on this game.
I think this attempt is cooked. I'm gonna be like, I appreciate the positivity, but I just wasted a lawnmower. And even if I didn't do that, I don't know about top lane, guys. Did you see the speed that guy was rolling? No, chat, I got this. Alright. What is this? Some kind of Jurassic Marsh? Best and worst Garden Warfare 2 character. Best? It's actually a tough one for me. I can think of some of the ones that I think is best. I think on, like, in some cases, I almost want to say, like, Iron Citron, because he's, like, one of the easiest ones to understand and get good at, and that he's very little downside. Maybe Hurricane instead of Iceberg. Kind of needed Iceberg for early game, but late game, yeah, Hurricane would have been very useful. Except for the fact that some zombies are immune to Hurricane here. But I do think that if you're on PC, LOLP is a strong contender because of unlike Z7, LOLP like doesn't really have much of a cap, or at least not a noticeable one, easily noticeable one on how quickly he can fire. So if you're a cheater and use an auto clicker, he's just stupid. Hello, Lennon Treforos. I hope I pronounced that right. Shroom, which perfume shroom? How are you? I don't know. Made it into the final wave. Your first try, not bad. Yeah, that's in terms of first tries. Well, that wasn't technically my first try. There were a few where I like restarted after the first 1 or 2 waves, not flag waves, just like actual spawn waves. But still, you kind of need stunning for this level because you can stun multiple zombies at a time. Yeah, I know. I'm not changing my strategy. That's my illegal name. Whoops, whatever. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I think. I mean, I just tend to read people's names out loud when I see them in chat. But there is a way to change that, just so you know. At least I think there's a way to change usernames on YouTube. Surely. I think it's directly connected to your Google account name, though. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You can always also just make another account if that bothers you, but Primal P was useful there, but not like the greatest thing I could have had, probably. You know, a key wouldn't have been terrible. Actually, it's weirdly tempting to bring a key. Time Warp? What is Time Warp's cooldown? Stunyon. It's more referring to myself not knowing. You did everything right, do not worry. Alright, that's good. 2-minute recharge. Cannot be instant recharged. Which is for the better. Balance-wise. Your attack cooldown's longer than regular Snapdragons, right? Yeah, so your DPS, like, sucks. Yeah, he technically freezes for, like, 0.15 seconds. Which is not nearly as good as Primal P. Why? Why not make it to where it does, like, a 0.5 second freeze and just remove the chill duration? Because I feel like that would make the consistency with stacking other Snapdragons just a little better. Right, hang on, I'm gonna try to choose my own strategy. Alright, I was still on the best Garden Warfare 2 character thing. Loppy, if you are really fast at clicking or just use an auto-clicker, which I'd rather you not use because that's basically cheating, his DPS is completely absurd and his only downside is, I guess, strong recoil, but if you get used to that, he's stupid strong. Agent P is also really good if you have really good aim, but I feel like Loppy might be better. I'm not certain, I don't really play as either of them that much. And then on zombies, you know, everyone only says the Z7, which, to be fair, Z7's insane, but he actually does have a max fire rate, and he literally hurts to play sometimes, but What actually would I think of as best zombie? Super Commando unironically comes to mind. I don't know why I said unironically. A lot of it does depend on the scenario. I do think Super Commando just does absurd amounts of damage. Yeah, Primal Garlic's, regular Garlic doesn't even exist here. I like Primal Garlic. He, basically uses Garlic's plant food the moment you place him down. That's about it. You got this, wonder if Chomper eats the amber. I do think Puff Shroom is super useful. Hurricane... There still is the issue with some of the zombies are immune, so I don't want to use Hurricane. Time Warp's actually not a bad idea. I think... No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to bring Cherry Bomb. Because straight up, it just occurred to me. Biggest issue was like... Unless I'm forgetting something, I didn't really have like a good insta for late game. I did have Cold Snap. Yeah, I was just looking for something that would help with like Gargs and whatnot. Thank you though. I don't even know if it's worth stalling with the Stunyon in this case. Well, hang on, if half the wave's gone, then would stalling do anything? Yeah, no. Because that's how it works. This is the run, I believe. I don't know, this might end up somehow going worse, judging by my skill level. I don't even remember how I took on the Conehead the first time, to be completely honest. I think I used Iceberg Lettuce. I put that there. Yeah, see, just completely cancel that out. Oh, what the... You're still there. Oh, because the puddle went away, that's right. That's how that works. Let me think. I don't know if Eki can actually solo that. What if I think... I think... Yeah, I did not realize that zombie would get through that puddle. The Conehead would, because the puddle's not there anymore, because it has a limited amount of uses. And Puffshroom's dying. Okay. I might just restart. No need. If this Puffshroom somehow doesn't kill this zombie, I'm gonna... Okay. Thank you. It probably would have been better to save up for another Cold Snap, actually. There we go. Okay. Uh-oh. No, I didn't. I missed. Oh, I forgot. Okay. I'm just gonna perfume that anyway. I don't know. Hope things work out. Yeah, see. There we go. I don't know if this work. Stop that. Okay. Aha. There's something very funny about this thing. What is that? Some. What even is that instrument? Frickin' love it. I know that a key is, like, seeming a little worse right now because of how much more expensive it is, but I do genuinely think that it'll pay off later on in the run. Oh, wait a minute. Do I want to do something about that? Actually, hang on. Yeah, cold snap for the win. Also, this, I just remembered, Aki does more damage every time it bounces off of something. In this mod, at least. Probably was not necessary to do that, but I wanted to. Oh. Well, that was a waste of a stunion. Intensive carry. Okay, that's not good. That's really bad, actually. Does this music feel like Wild West than Jurassic Park? No. No. You've got to be kidding me. I don't even have perfume off cooldown, man. Alright, well that was stupid. Alright, this attempt is worse than the first. Because I don't have all my Snapdragons down, so it's like what am I doing? My sun production's really bad. Aki's plant food is a lot better, yeah. In this. I'm starting to... Like, I lost a lawnmower, but if I can defend that, fine. It might be okay. Someone's knocking? What? Okay, cool. And put the Garg in the one lane that doesn't have a key. Thank you. I think the bad cherry bomb timing / placement was also not great. Stunion this. I don't like that. Wait, what? Get out. You go. Kaboom. Oh. No. That did a lot of damage. To be fair. Not enough. I just now noticed the imps are not being thrown as far by these guards. Interesting. Aki, I'm relying on you a lot here. The projectile bounce is very funny. Maybe if it more stun. Okay. I just put a stunion where the thing used to be. If the guard dies there to the very last projectile, maybe. If I do this. Have a good night. And that's not good. Okay, that's just mean, actually. Frick! Oh. I put a puff shroom where an Eki used to be, and I didn't even notice until just now. I'm not playing as well. Actually, hang on. Huge wave approaching. Frick. Frick, frick, frick. Get him. Yes, I think that puff shroom actually did save it there. Alright, hang on, hang on. Gosh darn it, I wanted to stall that. Ooh. Okay, I actually can win this because this time I have cherry bomb this time. Well, that sucks actually. The placement, all of that, every bit of that sucks. All right, what do I plant food? I also the pterodactyl would have saved me there. I didn't. Which one do I plant food? Which one do I plant food? I got it. Hang on. There's an amber thing that... Right! Frick! I should have saved the stunion. The amber thing's gone. There's a bucket head there. Cherry bomb is still on cooldown. I should have stayed stunion because this actually could have saved me the level. Dang it. If I stunned them and waited for the guard to get over here, I could have blown up both of them, and I would still have a bucket to worry about, and I would have died anyway. Hello, Gamer160. How are you? Yeah, maybe I should bring her a kill. Hang on, are the bony ones also immune to being stunned, or is it just the other one? The bones slow down zombies? You're going to stay here? Okay, cool. I hope you enjoy. What? Why? Why does it work that way? I forgot these guys have weird stats, too. Doesn't Imp have unique stats? What the f... Why aren't all Imps weird and unique? Actually, I think AltVerZ might do that. No, not really. That's a big HP increase. I'm sorry? What is that? 360 plus 1. That is an extra cherry bomb worth of HP right there. That's absurd. I know they're slower, though. That's true. They are a lot slower. That is a very significant... Actually, overall, that's like... That, like, breaks even level of... That's like 50% extra HP. But also, like... Almost about 33% slower. So that's like... If you think of it like the H... Hang on. HP is... I think I have scaling weird. It's kind of like a 2/3 put to the power of -1 would be 3/2, which is 1.5, and it's 50% extra HP, which means... Pretty sure that almost perfectly balances out. He's technically slightly weaker, except not really. The Imp makes up for that. That's like a 1% weaker, and I think an extra Imp is more than 1%. A horse with a top hat. Oh, hello, horse with a top hat. How are you? Martian Frostbite. Yeah, yeah. Melon Pult might be good. I've thought about Melon Pult. That's... I almost kind of thought of Dandelion because it's like... It is more expensive, but it can attack in 3 lanes, and it does have Splash, but I think that... it wouldn't work as well because... Aki's... basically Ricochet is just so good here. I also would like to point out I was completely wrong. There's no such thing as a regular bully zombie here, and I don't think this guy's immune to knockback. Didn't seem like he was. So, I actually... Sticky Bum Rice? I don't think I have that. I don't even know if that's in this mod. There's a... What was the strategy I was thinking of? I almost wanted to try Inferno, but I just now remembered that doesn't really work with Cold Snap, does it? I know you said Hurricane, but there's a part of me that doesn't want to use Hurricane, because Hurricane's so good it makes it boring. Primal Sunflower. Because that was clearly a need, actually. Like, I mean, it was. Hypothetically, actually. A cold Snapdragon sweep would be awesome. Hi, Jacob. How are you? This is a dumb strategy. Oh, what? I didn't even know that could happen. I thought that would kill both. Wonder if that slowness affects himself. I'm just saying, so far this is going a lot better. I actually think this is the best column for Primal Sunflowers to be. I also wonder if it stacks with the slowness effect. Or, chill, rather. I also did not take into consideration the fact that the cooldown on this plant's stupid long. Thank you. Cold Snapdragon is officially peak. That's your take. That should be everyone's takeaway. I'm not making the same mistake again. Go away. Okay, actually, hang on. This guy might be a problem. I think... See... Primal Sun's just so good. Yeah, now that I have so much extra sun, I am not nearly as worried about things. Just in general. So... yeah. I have plenty of sun for all of my weird... why... Oh. Interesting. Honestly, I'm just gonna plant food that. Almost didn't do that in time. That would have been annoying. Oh yeah, there never was one of those there. Put one down. Why does the stomp kill most plants, but not the cold snapdragons? There's a mechanic in Jurassic Marsh where those don't kill primal plants, and Cold Snap and Kiwi Beast, despite not having primal in their name, they're treated like primal plants because they are unlocked within this world, and, I mean, visually they kind of fit the theme a little. I think they do, at least. It's worth pointing out there is a zombie that can trigger that stomp, but in this level, a lot of it's just happening spontaneously. That egg right there, if that egg breaks, a little guy will start, little Brontosaurus, baby Brontosaurus, he starts crying for his mommy, and as you can see, crushes everything. That kills zombies too, by the way, which is a very important detail about it. Zombies are not immune. So yeah, that's why you want Primal Sunflower here. What the frick are they doing? Okay, that's annoying. It does bug me how it just feels like Perfume Mushroom just doesn't happen enough. Somehow there was still a sap thing. Any lane with non-simp pterodactyls are kind of screwed. Yeah. I know I could have accounted for some defense for that, but, like, I only have so many seed slots. I really wish there was a way to mod in an extra slot. There might be, and they just never did that. But, like, PvZ1 has more seed slots than PvZ2, which is kind of weird to me. I get that the game is supposed to be, the devs wanted it be more fast-paced styled game, so why make it as strategy-based and let you do as much when the levels are going to be short and sweet, and they're not actually sweet at all, but in their head, they thought maybe they could trick players into thinking they were. There's something like that. I don't really know what the frick was going on. For all I know, they were really actually trying, and their hearts are absolutely devastated to find out that that people don't like their game. I doubt that. Actually, that's not even worth the. Just put like a 600 cost plant there. This is... I should have done that sooner, but I didn't really, like, notice that thing was there. This is fine. Yeah. Alright. Welcome back, 12. 9 seed slots doesn't look that good UI-wise. I mean, it does in PvZ1. Nine to 10 is just unneeded. I mean, I would agree if it weren't for the fact that several times while playing this game have I wished I had an extra seed slot. I feel like it's a lot harder to make a more advanced and complicated strategy in this game. I, like, just can't... Especially when it's like, you know, I bring a plant just to be able to revive other plants. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't really see how 9 would be excessive. Maybe 10. I don't think it's excessive because it doesn't feel excessive in PvZ1 to me. Like, at no point have I ever gone, I have too many options. This is too much to work with. I wish I couldn't do all this, especially since you actually do have to, like, work for it / unlock it. This game, you don't have that to work towards. You do not get stronger in that sense. It's only, like, new plants that are power scaling each other. That's how you get stronger in this game. In vanilla. This is complaints about vanilla. I know the mods had no control over that. By the way, if I sound angry, I'm not angry at you. I just am annoyed with the... Never mind. This is a great level. Anyway. Imitator perfume would go... Hey, wait a minute! Oh, you thought that you could slip by me because I wasn't paying attention, like all the other times that you did exactly that. Ah. Oh, I could have gotten both if I knew that he was. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Just want to stun you. Yeah, I have over 4,000 sun. Oh my gosh. Kind of cooking in that department. Still though, these Gargs are being a bit of an issue. I only get Cherry Bomb once a minute. It's actually crazy to me that Intensive Carrot is a carrot. That's funny to think of. It really is funny to think about how much more useful Intensive feels here. When the plants are actually worth replacing, Intensive Carrot's great. Yeah, I feel like, come to think of it, the extra seed slots also would have made plants that are a little, like, niche, like Intensive Carrot, feel more usable. Because a niche plant is less punishing if you have extra space. That was, that could have been a better plant food. It just seemed like I'm having issues in that domain. Actually, you want to replace this, because I don't need it anymore anyway. There's no way you lose now. Yeah, I'm actually not surprised at all that this strategy worked. Because literally the main issue is just, like, every attempt I was noticing, like, hey, Cold Snapdragon is doing surprisingly good carry work. I actually don't. I'd rather stun you than that than replace that with a Snapdragon, to be honest. Cold Snap. Yeah. Is it called Cold Snapdragon or is it just called Cold Snap? I actually don't remember. Garg is too slow. Yeah, the Garg is slower because it's the Jurassic Marsh one, but they have way more HP. But also, like, they're being stunned over and over by me. I mean, not really. I mean, the stunned is literally 0.15 seconds, but they are also chilled, so it's good enough. I can nearly perma-stall them, but only when it's one at a time. Well, actually 2 at a time. I was basically perma-stalling. I'm basically perma-stalling. And I win. No lawnmowers lost. I just needed a better strategy. Yeah, as I was saying, Cold Snap was doing carry work in the previous attempts. The reason the key one work was going so poorly was because I only ever got up like 2 or 3. And I needed more sun production. So why not just make better sun production? Thank you, Game King. They do launch an extra imp, yeah, but they're also weaker imps, so it's fine. Hopefully not many more to go. Diagnostics complete. These zombies were the result of a failed experiment. Dr. Zomboss tried to rush human evolution by importing Neanderthals to the Jurassic era. He attempted to convince them that he is their deity, but Zomboss isn't a patient type. After many weeks of efforts, he gave up and turned them all into zombie goons. So his goal is to alter the course of history? To portray himself as a timeless god? Foul play! Correct. He himself might have noticed his plan is too ambitious, however. And it's possible that zombies in other areas were also failed test subjects. I wouldn't be surprised if we were now heading way closer to present times. After all, modern history has had a lot more events which you could manipulate in your favor. Any examples, Penny? World War. I'm pretty sure that's what the next world is based off of. That's the only reason why I said that, was because I don't know, I thought it'd be fun. We cannot stop now. Risk levels are at their all-time highest. And my risk calculations never fail. So there's not much scar in PvZ2 reflourished. Isn't that also the vanilla speed? Thank you. Crazy Crimson... Yeah, Crimson Front. I don't know... I hope that comes out soon. I'm excited for it. Winner. Penny Challenge is insanely hard. What? You mean the reflourish thing? Can you intensive carrot an insta? It depends. If it's an insta that's activated by eating or being destroyed, then yes. If it's one that blows up on its own, then no. For example, Potato Mine and Cherry Bomb, you cannot. But, I mean, you can if the Potato Mine is, like, eaten before it's armed. But generally, no. If it, like, blows up, no. If you can intensive carrot, say, a Hypno Shroom, though, since those ones are only triggered by being eaten. Same goes for Electricity, Chili Bean. I don't know. I guess there's also ones where it's... You know, the wall plants, you can obviously intensive carrot. It's actually... intensive carrot's genuinely a useful plant when the game is balanced to support it. It's just, in PvZ2, not only is does it have bad stats, but also, you know, the levels go by really quickly and not that many plants are that expensive. Yeah. This is, I think, after Wild West, in vanilla, just in vanilla, I think after Wild West, the first plant you see that's like more than 200 sun is Banana Launcher. That you unlock through the campaign. So, like, intensive carrot just ends up not being helpful. Because I know that, like, you know, Homing Thistle exists, but that's 250 and you technically unlock it with gems. And, is it 250 in vanilla? I feel like it might be 250. 250 sounds right. It might be like 225 or something. Cold Snapdragon, that's it. Hang on, I'm looking through some other chat. I mean, in PvZ2, I've seen people not even letting you go past 60. Why would mods do that? There's a little space under number 8, and it goes to the bottom, it'd be fine. They could always just, like, like, I know this is something the mod can't do, but I feel like design-wise, in terms of what the actual devs could have done, you could alter the UI to be fitting for more slots. I know PvZ1 did. I feel like that's a weird argument when it actually looks really good in another PvZ game. And probably many fan games as well. Imitator perfume would go hard. Yeah, I don't have Imitator, but yeah. Thank God it's been confirmed we won't see something like Marsh stomping Crimson Front. Pretty annoying mechanic despite how little it shows up. I kind of agree. I do think the fact that it rarely shows up makes it, like, fine, though. I think the actual mechanic with the regular Brontosaurus is genuinely really clever, though. I love it. I'm referring to the one with the eggs that you break. But that was all the old monsters. Crimson Front is very World War I or World War II themed. I feel like it's gotta be... Is it really gonna be a lot of both? I feel like it's probably gonna be... It's either gonna be one or the other, or it's just gonna be, like, one, but it's gonna have a ton of inaccuracies, or it just will deliberately not clarify which one, so it'll be impossible for it to only be one because of inaccuracy. I am not a history nerd, relatively speaking, but even I know enough history to probably identify certain things. Like, say they add in a zombie that uses poisonous gas. I know that after the events of World War I, that was made not allowed. Like, they didn't use that in World War II, I'm pretty sure. That, you know, I'm gonna... In terms of, like, what actually went on with that... I don't feel like talking about it that much, now that I think about it. That seems like it's something that... That's... I think it's honestly a little funny to think that they're actually making that into a world. Like, really? Wow. Alright. What exactly is Zomboss want to portray? Summer Nights questline is really good if you stream this again. Isn't Summer Nights reflourished? Am I missing... Or is that... Do they both do this? Boss confirmed the dev diary being worked on, which means the update is very close to completion. That's cool. If you want it... There's an extra one? Well, where is it? Oh, wait, are you referring to these? What? It's just the one. This one puts you in a soft lock, by the way. Well, not really, because you can still leave it. Alright, so this is mean, including bundle details. It's only one. This is a cool little gimmick with the timeline breach stuff, by the way. I like it. I already did the Ancient Egypt one. Oh. That's cool. Not this stream, though. I'm still just... at this point, I'm just talking to chat, because I like doing that. Summer Night PvZ2 reflourish, please. Leaning more towards World War II, but I think people aren't fully sure. I mean, I guess it could technically include both if you do time travel in between it. Like the EX levels, or the extra levels, could be World War II, and the first one could be World War I. It doesn't really matter that much. Like, I think the zombie gimmicks are probably going to be separate enough from actual war tactics to where it won't matter. It probably... Like, let's be real here. If it's anything like actual PvZ2 worlds, it's not going to try that hard to be this super realistic, accurate thing. It's going to be this cartoony thing that resembles something that happened. Everything post Big Wave Beach stopped costing over 200. That's right, I forgot Big Wave Beach was actually one of the earlier ones to come out, wasn't it? It just was put in the second last world because of difficulty. So I guess, yeah, if you go by that logic in terms of like stuff actually coming out, they just sort of gave up on actually like expensive plants and felt like everything has to be like an either really cheap price or an all-round price, which is incredibly stupid in my opinion. Like, to think that in the final world, the most expensive plant you get is 175 sun. The final world. PvZ... I know that... I'm sure some people are sick of hearing comparisons of the two games, but, like... I do think, progression-wise, PvZ1's main adventure was just way better. It was easier, don't get me wrong, and I can see why some find that boring on replay. But PvZ2's just isn't done well, and I think PvZ1's, like, slow pacing and... slow pacing and not difficult is, like, biggest complaint I have for it. I don't know, I might do the Jurassic Marsh thing off stream, but I've already, it's past midnight. Big Wave Beaches World 6, okay, so it wasn't that late. Maybe. AltVerZ is a permanent quest you can do. I guess you already said that. I already read part of that, and I honestly didn't. What if a Game World Explorer shows up in ancient Egypt? I don't think it's going to be fully accurate, just, more so based on the pop culture of that time period. That's a good point, actually. I didn't even consider the fact that it might not be based off the battles, but more like the life during it. Wouldn't that not be that long after when Steam Ages takes place? Which, I mean, this mod doesn't have a Steam Age, so that actually would be completely fine, but that's like only a few decades later, which is funny to think about. Well, I guess it wouldn't be just a few if it's World War II. And I also think, I guess it depends on which part of the Steam Age is. Again, doesn't matter. And I'm fully aware of this. This is not... I'm going to stream Crimson Front. And when I do, I'll point it out and question it. But I am fully aware that it doesn't matter. Great Depression World? That'd be funny. They make it to where you lose 5 sun every 15 seconds, passively. Sun stops falling from the sky, instead it's anti-sun. Actually, there is one thing I might want to do before I finish stream. I changed my mind because this is going to fail. But I did start that a while ago. And then I remembered, you know, that's probably... Actually, do we want to see it? Maybe for just a bit. But when it starts going south, I'm going to stop. Also going to turn the audio back down, because the only reason it was up is because I like the music of that one section. Yeah, I'll turn this up a little. Wait, Steam Ages takes place in the Great... No, that doesn't make sense. Unless, like, you want to think of it as being separate from the PvZ China one. I guess my only reasoning for saying that doesn't make sense is because it's called the Steam Ages. Which I guess, like, it's all industrial eras, but it's like... Steam Ages, to me, implies that it's the... I'm only... I don't know how this is, like, disappointing. It's kind of exactly what you would expect. Also, all of these zombies are hyper-buffed. They have way more HP. That's why Electric Blueberry is the only usable thing here. I need them for the insta-kill. Carnival World? Oh, I forgot about Carnival World. I'm actually stupid. Collisionist Carnival. Yeah, okay. No, that makes way more sense. What would that be? So... that would only be like 40, 50 years after Steam Ages, right? What is considered the Steam Ages? Okay, so apparently the Steam Ages is considered between 1770 and 1914. In case you couldn't tell, I was thinking of the latter part of that. The much latter part. And also I was thinking of the American version. Which is much closer to the very late 1800s to very, very early 1900s. 1770 doesn't sound right. I feel like that's like the start of a different industrial era. And then there was a second industrial revolution, and then there was another industrial revolution. But I guess that depends on the place. It takes place in the 1930s. Oh wait, yeah, 30, 40 years. 1914? I mean, like, ending that. It depends what you count as the Steam Ages. Steam Ages in Reflourish to me, which probably takes place in the same time as Steam Ages PvZ2 China. To me, seems like a 1900 thing. Like, I want to say, you know, plus or minus 10 years. Again, not a history nerd. I'm a math guy and a science guy. If I'm way off, fine. And I also am kind of, again, working on the assumption that it's in the US, because I'm not going to lie to you, I don't know that much about the history of other places as well. And again, I don't even know that much about the US. This is not, like, because I deliberately chose to only learn about the US, by the way. It's literally a matter of the education system. I am not kidding. This was going so well last time I was checked on this. It's all going south now. Oh, wow. I already hate it. You know, the reason I was going for Nightcap was because of these. Late 19th century, so the 1800s, so 1890s. So I'm not that far off. Takes place in Britain. That actually makes sense. More sense. It just... Yeah, Collisionist takes place in 1930s. That's the Great Depression. Basically PvZ2 versus mode. Not really. Oh, you mean the other thing. That's actually in PvZ2. I thought you meant... you meant Battle Arena. I thought you meant, like, versus mode from PvZ1. Yeah, the zombies getting stronger. When was the... I like how I'm not even playing the game anymore, and more people are watching than they were at the start of the stream. This is not a complaint, it's just very... It's interesting. Hang on. Industrial Revolution. Okay, so what I was... Apparently, technically speaking, there was a third industrial revolution called the Digital Revolution, according to the Wikipedia. You know... You make your own judgments there. It is the Wikipedia. However, the idea that this is true, but just wasn't taught to me in school, is fully believable due to the recency of it. I would like to imagine the Digital Revolution was... not even that long ago. It's not as close to there only being 2 decades between Neon Mixtape Tour and Big Wave Beach. Okay, Big Wave... I actually didn't know that. You got a good point. Isn't Neon Mixtape Tour... This would be like 50s, right? 50s or 80s. I guess, no, there's an arcade machine, so 80s. Sorry, I forgot about the arcade machine. I was thinking about disco, which I believe was a 50s thing. But if there's an arcade machine, then it would have to be 80s. What is Big Wave Beach? Beaches were a thing for a while. Surfboards, also a thing for a while. The only thing here that really feels like it stands out in terms of timeline is the... I guess culturally, there is that, but, there's, like, grills. You can beat sandbox mode, I think. Actually, I think you used to be able to, and then they nerfed it. Captain Flare made a video on it, and I VC'd with him about strategies, a while ago. He did not consider Blueberry like I did. And Blueberry, actually, I did another strategy months ago that got pretty far. Big Wave Beach takes place in Hawaii. That is the place. I don't even know if that's probably not even true. I think that was a joke. 1960? Wouldn't it be late, like, mid-1980s, not the year 1980? I guess it could be 1980. Again, doesn't really matter that much. They time travel to it, so Zomboss technically could have brought stuff that was thematically fitting. Yeah, Big Wave Beach, I guess, yeah, there's the grills, that's about it. Big Wave Beach does not fit the theme of the game that well to me, to be completely honest. But whatever. They could have done, like, something more interesting with beaches. I feel like I guess it would have been hard to without, like, almost sort of doing something similar with Pirate Seas. Pirate Seas is another one that's very undefined. I think with Wild West, you can at least picture that would be early 1800s, I think. Dark Ages, you know, everyone knows this one. Lost City, I, again, don't know. Lost City actually would have to take place in the 1900s. Like, early 1900s. One of Koala's most recent videos points out that there's technically no reason to believe that this doesn't actually take place literally, like, within this century. Like, the 21st century. Like, Lost City... I mean, other than the fact that the zombies wear old-timey stuff. But, like, they could just sort of be doing that for the heck of it. Like, exploring ancient stuff, that's... Some of that stuff is still... I'm pretty sure some of it is still being explored, or at the very least, if we did finish, it's very, very recent. Review mentions the time period. Okay, City of Gold. I don't know if they rewrote it here. Yeah, no, Gamer King, that's right. We mentioned that earlier. It does take place in the 80s. So this takes place in the 60s. This takes place literally thousands and thousands of years ago. This takes place whenever the frick you want. Oh, you meant this... Why is this the only world that has that? What? Okay, so we go from thousands and thousands and thousands of years to specifically the year... Well, not thousands and thousands. I might have exaggerated that a little. It could be late Egypt. Okay. 2500 BC. That is over 4,000 years ago. Specifically 1679, for some reason. Oh, 1850. Okay. So this is a little later than I thought it was. I said early 1800s, but this mid-1800s. Super long ago. Really long ago, but at least within, like, some degree of recordable history that we didn't have to... That wasn't exclusively just, like, found by... artifacts. Not considered ancient, that's the way I should put it. Literally includes lots of recorded history. The future. The Middle Ages. Oh yeah, before the year 1000. Literally could range between the 1910s to 2000. Because there's no specification. They just gave up after Dark Ages. Technically very non-specific because it's because of the way Ice Ages work. But if you want to assume that it's like after humans, then I actually have no idea when the Ice Age happened. I'm going to be so real, but very long time ago. Why 1910s? Because the planes are in Lost City, and I believe airplane. If we're assuming that they're using technology that existed back then, because I guess technically speaking, Zomboss doesn't have to do that. But if we're assuming that airplanes' invention was either the 1910s or like right before then, 1903, I was like a decade off, but still, that's 1900s to 2000. So, you know, ranging from about 100 years, a little more than that. The 1980s, sure. 1960s, millions of years ago. And now we're going to get a world, and then when you include other worlds, we got the Steam Ages, which, well, what would that be, like, the year 1900, maybe, PvZ2, when did Steam Ages take place? I'm looking this up. I want to rename the title of this stream afterwards to, like, so that I can remember which one has me rambling about the late 19th century. Okay, so someone already said that 1890s far future has stated time period. Okay, well, I don't care what time period it states. Oh wait, actually, I kind of for some reason thought it would be like 1,000 years. That's still a long time though. Which one looks odd? Did parachutes exist before or after? Well, way before. Well, I guess technically speaking, well, okay, I can't trust every source. Okay, well, AI Overview says it was conceived of in the Renaissance period. And someone made a parachute jump in the 1797. But then another thing in Wikipedia says, you know, someone invented a kind in 1912. So I guess it depends on... Oh, you looked it up. On today's 2009 specific... Well, yeah, the year of PvZ1. But actually, I didn't know that. I think I did at some point, but I forgot. Late 19th century, so very late 1800s. Let's say 1890s. So then, Collisionist Carnival takes place a little, like, 40 years later. And then the new custom one, because technically Collisionist Carnival does exist in PvZ2 in a way, I think. Wait, is it in PvZ2 China? I don't know, but... And then the fully custom one, Crimson Front, ranges from 1910s to 1940s. Because World War II ended in the 1940s. And World War I... When did World War I start? Oh, actually later than I thought. I thought it was early 1910s. It was 1918. Wait, I was looking at the ending year. Sorry, no, I was actually really close. 1914 is when it started. Okay, my bad. Not 1918. Carnival's set of zombies for Penny Pursuit. Someone used a cloak like that in 1852. If there wasn't a gun in Crimson Front... I mean, there probably will be at least one. Reflourished, and also PvZ2 China. This is another one worth mentioning. There's the, and this might as well be, seen as a world. There's, wait, actually, shoot, what's it called? PvZ2 China Edition Wiki, the Sky World. Which I don't know when that takes place. Presumably... Oh, shoot, the wiki. I should have seen this coming, but I looked at... The wiki is unsurprisingly mostly in Chinese. Less than you would think, actually. Actually, there's a lot more of these worlds than I thought there would be. Although, a lot of them don't seem to be based off any specific time. I don't think Fairy Tale Forest is... Let's see here. I know this is pointless and nerdy and stupid, but I'm curious. Sky City. Sky City is World War II base. Okay, so late 1930s to early 1940s, or I guess technically mid-1940s. Maybe mid-1930s, however freaking long. Still saying it's 233. 2,330. Well, I said I thought it was 2,000, but it's definitely not. Half the world's does half doesn't. What? Yeah, about right. How's the whole... Is that flower that gives stall effect for the whole game? Flower... The Stalia? Sorry, I'm scrolling up through chat that I realized I missed. Did the term aloha actually originate in Hawaii? I'm freaking stupid. I just looked up the word Hawaii. Because I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like the kind of thing that's made up and became a misconception. No, that's actually... Huh. No, that's true. Okay. PopCap liked the 80s for some reason. I mean, like... Yeah. Everything after high-end age isn't an actual world in PvZ2 China. They confirm an Atlantis world, though. Again, one that I feel like could vary in time periods heavily there, which is not a bad thing. I find this weirdly interesting. Thank you for supporting the nerdiness. Corn plane thingy and reflourished. Which one? Regular wiki includes PvZ2 China stuff. I don't know why I didn't consider that. I thought it would just be easier to search through that. Hello, the mediocre speedrunner. I'm just going to let you know I am not even playing the game right now. I've been talking about random stuff for the past, like, half hour. Yeah, it's a word from the Hawaiian language. We know there's a tank zombie, which is probably close enough to a gun. Yeah. Taking place in a Great Depression was a decision by the Reflourished team. Colonel... Oh, so that's never implied in the original... Okay. You don't care? That's cool. I hope you're doing good. Two separate parts. I mean, I've never played PvZ2 China. Asparagus. That's probably the one he's thinking of, actually. Maybe the pineapple. Since that's yellow. I don't know. You know what? I've been here for so long not doing anything that it honestly makes me feel like I have to do one more thing before I just end stream. Which one is the one that I'm supposed to... Frickin' this one, sure. The last one? Frick. Now you've taken it too far, zombie scum. The bacon? The bacon? I need to... Listen. I need to help Dave with this one. It's non-optional. Even if I'm, like, slightly sick of playing Jurassic Marsh. Oh, right. Actually, I almost want to use Nightcap. Even if I am not fully certain if this is a good idea. It probably isn't. Too lazy to turn on your Xbox. Is there a weasel? Oh, there is just straight up a weasel right there. That's concerning. Oh, right. Nightcap's a melee plant, isn't it? Whatever. I guess, good ol'... You know, Prime... that's the only dinosaur I see, and it's, like, one of the least threatening ones, so I'm not that worried. I'll go with... Mushroom. So real. I would pick Stalia, but Stalia actually costs Sun in this. I only just now realized that is not the Jurassic Marsh guard. The battle for bacon. Dino Imp is there? Oh shoot, I didn't even know there was Octo. I was not paying attention. You haven't played this mod in forever? It's a great mod, I love AltVerZ. Octopus Man. Chicken Man. Oh! Wait! If you kill him while he's stunned, he doesn't make chickens. I think. Pretty sure. And I think that's why it gives you Stunnion, actually. Chat, I think I'm cooked. Okay. Get him. Do I trust Nightcap to actually kill him on time? Not really. Wait, what? Nightcap pissed me off because of BFN. I liked Nightcap and BFN. T-Rex is there. Yeah, the one that makes him run faster. Oh, I see the issue. Chicken faster. Thank you for the raid. Hang on, I need to figure out what just happened. Sorry, I've never been raided this late at night. Thank you, Gumba Games, for the raid. I really appreciate it. So I should probably decrease the volume of that. Actually, I'm gonna just do that right now. It's actually really easy. There, it has been done. How are all you guys? As you can see, I'm losing in this level. Well, okay, I forgot he's immune to that. Listen, it's my first attempt of the level, and I did not even really try that hard with my loadout, so whatever. They rejected Iceberg. They didn't reject Iceberg, they rejected everything. I mean, like, doing updates. They stopped altogether. Hang on. Yeah, oh, you... I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing chat now that a lot more is happening. PvZ Fusion. I like PvZ Fusion. I've heard a lot of hate for PvZ Fusion. I'm not gonna lie. Half of it is, like, just stems entirely from the fact that it is... it's the cause of a lot of, like, brain rot videos, which is not really, like, the mod's fault to me. I feel like most YouTubers that are willing to content farm like that would have just looked for something else to content farm with. Hang on. I'm just gonna scroll down and shit. Who is hating on Fusion? Like, a lot of people... Sylvia wasn't hating on it, but I remember checking her chat and seeing a lot of people hating on it. And a lot of it was just very weird complaints. Like, one of them was just about, like, the way power scaling works in it. And it's kind of like, well, of course they're going to power scale. Hang on. Does Primal P not let chickens spawn because they get stunned for a brief moment, and I didn't know this? No. Oh wait, no, that one was triggered because he started eating a plant, and that's how that works. I had no idea that was a mechanic. I actually don't fully understand, so, like, I was going to say I don't fully understand Nightcap, but I just didn't finish my sentence. I really like Fusion, by the way. Is that a Pikmin horror game? It's a Lethal Company clip that was modded. It's one of my favorite clips on the channel. It's because it's a clip where basically I found this little... Dang it, I did not need to do that. I found this little thing that... I guess it's technically an enemy called the Maneater, where it acts like a baby, and when it starts crying, you have to pick it up and, you know, try to calm it down, because if you don't, he'll grow up, and when he's grown up, he will eat you. And actually, not just that, like, he straight up turns into one of the strongest enemies in the game. So, like, yeah, big concern. And I found him, and I started taking care of him. And then out of nowhere, one of my friends that I didn't even know was there runs over with a weapon, which, you know, because for some reason, he of all people was the only one who had one of those. And just hits it while I'm holding it, so also hits me at the same time. And then I just scream in, like, genuine fear, "What have you done? I was literally taking care of it." And that is the origin to one of my favorite bits on the channel, so I made it my follow notification noise. Not Five Nights at Olimar's. I'm very sorry. Is that a thing? Is that a fan game? It would not surprise me if that's a thing. That actually... A Pikmin... Like, we got a Mario FNAF-based horror game. We could get that. Pikmin 1, right? Oh, shoot. Oh, this is not good, actually. I forgot Nightcap does that. I want to put Primal right there because of the squid. Octopi, sorry. You know, I'm pretty sure that both... I think... No, wait. I think in AltVerZ, if I remember correctly, like, the almanac has them listed as squids instead of octopuses slash octopi, which is very funny. And for those who are going to point out to me that it's octopi, technically it's either. Octopi was, like, from a separate language. Like, I'm pretty sure that officially speaking, octopuses is considered more correct, which is stupid. Because cacti and, like, platypi, like, for the sake of consistency, that is stupid. But it is true that, technically speaking, octopuses is by the English language, which is incredibly flawed. Octopuses is correct. Arguably more so. Which is very funny to me. Although, I guess you could make the argument that, like, if everyone only thinks of it as... Oh, shoot. Hang on. I had it under control. Well, frick. Oh, wait. Nightcap survived. You know, I guess since so many people tend to prefer octopi because of a multitude of reasons, I guess you could argue that, like, you should probably just treat it like that is the accepted one, but I don't freaking know or care at this point. I just find it funny. Five Nights at Wario's, that's it. Which also does include Mario, I think. Oh, did it do one of those things where a bunch of weasels were stacked on one? I was honestly looking at chat for a sec. It is hard to keep up with both at once a lot of the time. The game and chat, sometimes. Okay. Nightcap, do that thing that you're supposed to be good at. Take on the zombie. Do like 5% of his HP, a little more than that every time. And also, plus some extra damage. Because that's how Nightcap works, I think. I actually did... I did have a question about how Nightcap works. It says in the almanac that, like... Thank you for... I just realized that multiple people followed without me saying thank you or hello or anything. Okay, well, I'm not gonna lie. I thought thank you, Miroka Speedrunner, Gumba Games, and Stixart1 for the follow. I really appreciate it. I didn't even ask what you were streaming before you rated me. What were you streaming? Right, I did have a question. Oh, right, Gumba left. Frick. My bad. I'm really sorry. Question about Nightcap. Oh, hi, Flare. How are you? Nightcap question. So it says that it does 5-point-something% damage of the zombie's max HP for damage, you know, plus also the base damage. I know I'm about to lose this my first attempt, whatever, not bad for a first run. And it says that that doesn't include armor. My question here, does that mean that extra 5.25% damage ignores armor? Or does that mean that when doing the math, it only takes into account the zombie's max HP without the armor, but will still apply that damage to the zombie, to the zombie's armor, the zombie's armor, I mean. Because if it actually pierces through the armor, that's great. If that means that it doesn't take into account the extra HP from the armor, but still hits the armor, then that's bad. Kill cone heads without their cones coming off. That's good. That's great. I feel really bad because I totally forgot what Gumba Games was I mean, to be fair, I was in the middle of a level. But I did, like, they left before I got a chance to even ask what they were doing. Or, like, read all the chat messages. When either chicken wrangler or weasels are stunned and killed, they don't release the pets. That one I knew, it never occurred to me that Primal P could use that. Fusion's good. 5 rates at Ulmer. You're good. Pikmin horror game. Your name doesn't fit. Gonna get milk. There are achievements in the game I can't get. That was so loud. Yeah, I would reduce the volume of that. It's not because of Nightcap, it's just that BFN. Alright. That was most of it. Have a good one, Jacob Awesomeness. I'm probably going to do this level and maybe one more, and then I'm going to call it. I'm going to be right back for more one. I have observed that in terms of timing with my streams, it's actually very inconvenient for me. Because my preferred time to start streams is, like, not the most popular time. But times like this, right now, apparently are pretty popular. That is a funny noise. Oh, you are still here. Oh, you said that. Listen. I didn't see that. I'm sorry. No, I'm here. We are playing PvZ2 AltVerZ. Alright, have a good stream. I genuinely thought you left. You said that like 3 times. Oops. No, I didn't go to the restroom. I went to get a glass of water. Anyway. Well, technically, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, so now I know that Primal P is somewhat viable. But I actually don't care. I want to use Lightning Reed. I haven't used Lightning Reed in forever. And I think that Lightning Reed with Nightcap is actually a logical combo. Well, what else is there? What was I missing? Octo Zombie, I want a counter for that. Let's think for a moment. If I produce Sun faster, then I don't need a proper counter. You risk summoning him. It's okay. They're probably asleep by now. Okay, hang on. I actually just started low without reading the rest of chat. Alright. You were playing PvZ2 AltVerZ. You said that. That's awesome. I hope you had fun with it. Yeehaw. This level is something else. Welcome, Captain. Ignores armor. Yeah, have a good night, Jacob. Nightcap's good for tanky zombies. Funny door. No, you aren't, Gumbo. Have you been enjoying Jurassic Marsh? I finished Jurassic Marsh. It was easier than Big White Beach. I did enjoy it thoroughly. It was a great world. Gumbo is a food, so it autocorrects. Oh. Lightning Reed won't leave my chat anymore. It's spreading. Yeah, I apologize for missing those messages. I'm a great streamer, as you can tell. Actually, hang on, this sucks. That's why I'm gonna ignore the problem and hope that it sorts itself out. These chicken wranglers, they're not real. I'm a great strategist. If you one-shot them with Primal Potato Mine, do they still spawn chickens? I actually don't know. Why are you not spawning chickens? Am I missing something? Is this how weak Lightning Reed is in this mod? I just witnessed Lightning Reed fail to kill a weasel in 3 hits. I mean, I see chat in a second monitor. Which tends to help. But at the same time, it's like a little out of the way. Let's see. Gumball. That's the real name. I actually want to check Lightning Reed's stats. What? I think it used to be 10 damage. So, like, 10 to 8 probably doesn't seem that bad. Until you, like, consider, like, HP thresholds. It's literally one of those deals. Okay. 8 damage. 4 it would take 5 hits? I would consider Peapod, but I kind of want the strategy to focus around Nightcap. I wanted the other plant to just be a support. 5 hits for a Weasel? Unironically, Lightning Reed is less viable than Primal. Fume is honestly better in most cases than Lightning Reed. I mean, yeah. They're a lot different. But, yeah. I see what you mean. If you don't remember Lightning Reed being that bad, then you might be thinking of the... I was going to say Reflourished version, but it just occurred to me you've never used the Reflourished version. Because they're both 150 in both Reflourished and AltVerZ, they're 150. But... what was I going to say? I'm pretty sure he does 10 damage in Reflourished, and even if it doesn't, it is kind of one of those cases where, you know, in Reflourished, Sun is so much easier to get, because it still works the same as vanilla. Okay, I don't know why I didn't consider that. I knew that was going to happen. I just sort of, like, thought, oh, I'll just stall. Except now I'm actually going to die because of the chickens. Yeah. My bad. Because it activates when he starts eating. Doesn't Nightcap take 3 hits to kill Weasel? Probably not, because the... Maybe? No, that was because there was multiple Weasels laid on top of each other. Primal does not trigger Wrangler's Flare. This is something we just found out, like, just a few minutes ago. The reason he doesn't trigger Wranglers is because he stuns them. Which is actually really cool. It is pretty useful. I like it. Not that Primal P needed another reason to be seen as good, at least especially in vanilla. I actually kind of forgot what they did with Primal P and Reflourished, because I know all the Primal plants in Reflourished are nerfed, but I don't remember exactly what Primal P's nerf was. I feel like they might have just made this knockback either less common, or just not happen at all, like... Maybe they did just remove the knockback and reflush. They might have just made it more expensive for all I freaking know at this point. This is a real question. Does Primal P get affected by Torchwood? I think it does. I don't know if that was introduced in Reflourished. It definitely does in Reflourished. I actually don't know if it does in Vanilla. It probably does. I was not sure if that guy was going to start moving. He seemed bewildered. I always forget. How do I keep forgetting? Alright, so that's one of the... Wait, does that win? This is fine. Like zombies fill me with rage. It's all good. I managed it. Cool flaming P sprite. 3 PvZ mods installed and none are even close to done. How far are you in AltVerZ? Hurricane and Blowover carries. So real. Level 2 of Pirate Seas. Ah. Did you do the extra levels of Ancient Egypt, or are you waiting to do those later? And when I say extra level, to be clear, I mean like just the levels 11 through 20. Or did you only do what you had to do to get to Pirate Seas? Just one bunk choice. That's fair. By the way, Flare, I tried to see, you missed this, but there was a brief part of the stream where I showed a strategy that I started a few days ago of, Ancient Egypt Sandbox, because since the last time I talked to you about Sandbox, I actually unlocked Daisy Chain. So I tried a strategy combining your old one, which obviously was nerfed. I tried combining it with the Electric Blueberry one, and to be completely honest, I don't actually remember the full extent of your old strategy. So it's not like that part was super accurate either. What the? Okay. Anyway. Yeah, that sucked. This guy... Alright, there we go. Sweet, merciful death to that guy. What even triggered that? Was it the Primal Potato Mine? Did I accidentally trigger that with the Primal Potato Mine? I think I did. That sucks. That's a lame way to lose a lawnmower, really. It's like the lamest way to lose a lawnmower. I have no idea if that gives enough time. He's probably going to octopus that. Which is labeled as a squid in this mod for some reason. Also, this is not good. Why must you do this to me? What does Nightcap's plant food do? There goes 200 sun worth of sunflowers. Okay, actually, what do I do in this situation? Sorry, I'm focusing too hard to read chat. No, wait a minute. So blover. Permanent buff, more range. Ancient Egypt sandbox is easy, but the other world's stupid art. I didn't get to finish my thing, that's right. I used Electric Blueberry combined with Daisy Chain. Didn't beat it. There actually was a part of the stream where I showed it, and then it started failing. And I just backed out because it's like, okay, well, I won't win with this. I think with a better strategy it could work, and I didn't have Nightcap. I don't know if Nightcap's useful. I mean, it's fine. It didn't last that long, because again, I started it, like, I opened it up midway through. Pirate Seas levels are done. 11 AE levels. You're delayed. Get Humba's answers before Tylaser answers. Well, that's only how it is. Or before Tylaser asks. Oh. That's weird. I don't know if reloading would help or make that worse. What if Cactus is good? Wait a minute. How good is Soybean Pod against chickens? God, I really just don't like the fact that Chicken Wrangler is the first thing they send out, because it just... Ugh. Being stupid. Being stupid on purpose. See what happens. I got to the final wave on my first attempt. So, like... Or at least I got close to. With the dumb strategy, no less. And it is worth pointing out, if I kill these guys while they're stunned, no chickens. I think that's worth remembering. Please tell me this works. If Nightcap doesn't kill fast enough, this ruins, like, everything. I feel like that just barely worked. This Weasel dies, right? Ooh. And, to make matters worse, it even activated that, too. That's so epic. I forgot about that Nightcap gimmick. Welcome back. Alright. What do you mean Weasel Cell is not? Well, I mean, when Nightcap's base damage is something like 10. A lot of it does come from the percentage-based thing. This actually fails to beat the Dodo, doesn't it? I should have plant fooded that. Oh, gosh darn it. Everything about this, it's like every single thing that I brought is specifically countered by the zombies in the level. I didn't perfectly design a functional strategy. I perfectly designed the worst thing ever. This deserves a special type of achievement. An achievement for just complete and utter stupidity. I want to do this. See what happens. Watch this activate, like, a chicken swarm and kill. That went to the worst positions possible, by the way. That doesn't even kill the stupid bug. That guy's still alive. You're about to go flying and then activate something. Wait, lawnmowers still activate shit. Why is this? This is not a story mode level. It's a side level, that's why. Endurian Aloe. Stalls and instas. Well, Stunion and Iceberg Lettuce are like the only ones that really work for this. Other than... I'll do Primal P again. Wait a minute! Cold Snapdragon technically freezes. We're bringing back the Cold Snapdragon strategy from earlier. We're doing it again. We're doing it all over again. Cold Snapdragon freezes for 0.15 seconds. I am not kidding. This is carry work. Watch. You got a long day ahead of me tomorrow, so I'm gonna head out. Wish you luck on the quest for bacon. Thank you. Have a good one, Flare. Have a good night. This has been an oddly long stream. I probably should have stopped like over an hour ago. Not an hour. No, about an hour. Captain is here? No, not anymore. Hope that clears any confusion. Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. Well, actually, here, let's just test to make sure this works. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait a minute. Why did I have speed up on? There we go. I keep forgetting that they get pushed up that far. It's so unnecessarily far, you know? And why do I have my sunflowers all the way back? What am I doing? What am I cooking? Wait, what? How did those guys get... I'm not going to make the same mistake again with you. I'm just going to kill... Oh. Hey, wait a minute. Get him, Squash. Yes! Alright. Have a good one. Why'd you stun it? Stun what? The chicken wrangler? Because if I use Squash... If I didn't stun it... then it would have sent the chickens. If you're talking about the guy here, then it's because I was worried that it would kill the cold snap. What was it that they said that made me think they were leaving? Because there was that one person that I could have sworn... I don't know. Maybe I'm just... Oh yeah, someone said bye, that's why. The camel zombie? Yeah, the one that was right here. Yeah. Is because I thought it might have died. Also, it's not like it's only a 25 something, but yeah, hang on. Do they need help? That kind of looks like they need help. Oh, shoot. Actually, hang on. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to intensive care at that very soon. I don't know what to do about that guy. I think I just lose a lawnmower there. Good night, late. Good. Have a good one, Gamer King. Thanks for watching. And thanks for stopping by. I'm going to end stream after this level. I don't feel like staying up much later. Wait, does that actually not work the way I think it does? Oh no, it does work the way I think it does. Okay. Ooh. Just kill this guy, actually. That's gonna get... Oh, wait a minute. Perfect. Oh, wait, Primal. Perfect. Incredible. Now I can speed through the rest of the level. I'm gonna do a raid after this, by the way. If there's anyone online. Blocked. Actually, just... I know it's like an NPC and whatnot, and not a real person, but I do feel like I just outplayed that Octo zombie right there. I'll get you baited. Get another lane of Cold Snapdragon. Way ahead of you. I mean, I know that you probably sent that before you could have seen me starting to do that, because that's the way delay works. It's just kind of funny how that played out, you know? Anyway. Oh, shoot. Actually, hang on. Still alive. I'm lawnmowering it. You've got to be kidding me. How did he not get stunned by that? I don't like the range nerf on Stunyon. One thing I have noticed with a strategy where you put a melee plant in the middle and it's just the melee plant and like nothing else, is that the level will take a lot longer, especially since like this one, it's not even like high damage, it slows the zombies down, but like, you know, the main... Holy chicken. Holy... It's fine. I should have had them back, call them anyway. The what was it I was on about? I did have a point. Right, melee plant. I've noticed that, you know, due to the fact that waves start faster when you do more damage to the zombies, you know, it instantly triggers the next wave. Well, basically instantly, it triggers the next wave. When you bring the total zombie wave HP to half HP, yeah, it'll trigger the next one. So, you know, when you have ranged plants, the waves will just naturally go a little bit faster, especially when you're just, like, pretty quickly doing a lot of damage. But with a strategy like this one, I'm kind of forcing it to be slow. I mean, even when I'm not actively stalling, it just is going slower. It only does 50 damage. I hate that. I hate that so much. It's so dumb. Why do they start chewing on the Stunyon? Why does it work that way? Anyway. The zombies have to get all the way over here for them to start getting damaged, and even then, when they are getting damaged, they're getting damaged slowly. Which causes the waves to spawn slower, which causes me to have to deal with less at a time. Which is a good thing. I also just remembered that if I put these guys down ahead of time, then I get them off cooldown faster, which means better. For me. Not the zombies. It was a rhetorical question. Although, to be fair, I guess I don't really know why. Except this guy spawned in. I didn't need that lawnmower. Nor the sun I wasted trying to protect it. Sounds weird out of context. A lot of things do. That's why context is necessary. How did that guy get slowed? How is he still getting slowed? Oh, there's a bug whenever they get thrown. For some reason. That's interesting. It's because they're still, it's because they're connected, that's right. Also, I guess it's not a complete waste. Well, well, well. A lot of YouTube watchers tonight. It is kind of funny how little one cold Snapdragon can really do on their own for being such an expensive plan. Like, I get it. It's just a little funny. Are we serious, man? He had iframes because game, no work, good. Let's go try the chickens. If the fact that I killed him with Ash somehow makes for a chicken okay. It seemed like it was within character for that to somehow cause chickens to spawn. Within character of the game, to be clear. Now, I know this might not seem like the best idea, but I'm actually going to make the... when I start putting down more Snapdragons, they're going to be going in the second column instead of going in the fourth one. Because of the... I think it's the Stegosaurus that keeps flinging zombies. What is it? The Velociraptor is the one that kicks. Stegosaurus is the one with the tail. The one with the name that's impossible to read is the one that pushes them. Can you remind me what it's called, actually? Ankylosaurus, that's it. I remembered. Brontosaurus is the one that stomps, which I'm for some reason really good at remembering. T-Rex is the one that roars. This is all stuff I went over last stream. And I actually remember there's a octopus zombie there, and I did not notice. If this squash goes for the... It's going for the camel zombie. I'm losing it, dude. And, like, I'd rather you go for the Stunyon than the Cold Snap, I guess. Somehow didn't get the octopus there. Listen, I'm locked in. These are all like the most simplest and well-known dinosaurs. And don't even tell me about the flying one. Everyone knows what a pterodactyl is. Everyone knows that. And that's my belief because I know that. That's my proof and evidence. I'm not even going to bother showing my work. It'd be a waste of time. I am mostly joking, by the way. I do feel like pterodactyl is like one of the easiest ones to remember, though. What a lot of people don't know is that it's actually spelled with a silent P at the start for no reason. So one might pronounce it as the pterodactyl if they are wrong, and and that there's no point to that. Also, jalapeno is actually really good for Gargs, because this mod makes it to where they're buffed by doing more damage than a cherry bomb. Which, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure how necessary that was. I feel like jalapeno isn't that bad. Although I guess, like, making it closer to cherry bomb strength, why would I complain about that? Especially since, you know, they're both... It's a minute-long cooldown, I think. Which Cherry Bomb also has, but... worth acknowledging. Wait, they stop at the octopi? That's interesting. Pop. Garg's fine. Because I killed him. I think I got this. Actually, this could still go bad. Considering the fact that, you know, chickens and weasels are always how things can go south in an annoying way. And also Stunion's range is nerfed, that's right. Did that just miss? Oh, it didn't. No, okay. Oh. I guess this. Followed by you. Wait a minute. That imp's not dead. Clutch. There wasn't even that much of a point in me bothering saving that lawnmower. It's not like I got all lawnmowers anyway, because that one I lost at the very start. Whew. Yeah, so Crazy Dave gets food poisoning and dies. Throwing a fit now, because I genuinely don't. I'm tired. I don't feel like starting the next one, but also like the fact that there's no actual reward there is a little underwhelming. Okay. I hope everyone enjoyed watching. I mean, most people left by now. If anyone on YouTube wants to go over to Twitch so that they can be a part of the raid, you can. If you don't care, that's fine. To be honest, if no one else does that, I might not even bother, because... Well, I guess there's 2 people watching. I could do a party of 2. Pumpkin. You wanna be in the raid? Then I'll do a raid. Even though... Yeah. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Actually, hang on, I should do something real quick. From the Twitch dashboard, if I go over to my channel and let's look at that, I can... Oops. There we go. Alright, good enough. Yeah. You're still here. What does the Kiwi Kong do? I don't know. Throws staffs or whatever. Also, hello. How are you? Yeah, you're still there. I mean, I'm just pointing out, you know, since the raid doesn't work for people that are on YouTube, so if you do have Twitch, you can swap to that, but only if you want to. Also, when I said there was only 2, I meant on Twitch, not... But yeah. Why on earth is the option to look for people that I'm following not there? Not a single person I'm following is live, that's why, because I never stream this late. Alright, hang on. I just tend to prefer to raid people that I'm following, because that... Otherwise, there's a chance that you know, if I raid someone I don't know, there's a chance that it's someone that I shouldn't raid. That was hella clutch, in my opinion. Thank you. Yeah, I think Kiwi Kong throws staffs that'll, like, do damage to multiple zombies for a bit. I'm not entirely sure. You can give a suggestion if you want. I'm down to that, because it's, like, if I have no one in mind, then what's the point? in me being against that. Yeah, I am not in Turkey. I am in the... It is 2 a.m. here. 2:01. Alright, hang on. Is this someone like you know? Playing Devil May Cry? Oh, I can see your chat messages there, actually. That's kind of funny. Oh, it's one of those things that has a little UI at the bottom with the interactive people. I love those. I have no idea how you do those, but they're great. I remember Shagrot's Cave. I never did anything on there. Alright, yeah, sure, I'll rate it. It's about to raid. I'm just going to close the game. And there we go.